Good afternoon, or should I say evening, morning. Morning? At any rate, I am the Game Master. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Before we begin, there is something I must tell you. You see, my job is to draw you into this world with my voice and cards, which is why I believe it best for you to play with the sound on. In fact, I insist on it. However, as you can see, my voice is subtitled, so you can always read along as well. Now then, are you ready? Let's begin. Welcome to Voice of Cards. You are about to take the first steps of your adventure. Through a realm of sword and sorcery you will travel, battling bloodthirsty monsters as you strive to realize your ambitions. I have every faith you will accomplish great things here. I am merely a witness to your exploits. Now then, your departure draws nigh. May your journey be a safe one. We begin in a cave. The surrounding rocks are slimy with damp. It feels as if some foul creature could leap out from the shadows at any moment. Yet in this horrible place gathers a fellowship of 3 adventurers. One is a young woman. You can tell just by looking at her, she enjoyed a good upbringing. Another is a stoic warrior. He stands at the ready, scanning his surroundings for any sign of threat. Last but not least is the old man. He has a sagely air and gazes into the darkness stretching out before him. These adventurers seek a certain treasure hidden in this cave. An iron door towers before you. It has rather conspicuous handles. The stoic man takes hold of the handles and pulls as hard as he can, but the door doesn't so much as budge. The stoic man winds his leg back and lets fly a powerful kick into the door. As his foot connects, the door trundles to the side. So it was one of those sliding contraptions. Something leaps out at the Fellowship from the darkness. Let's do this. These adventurers have seen their fair share of battle and defeat their attackers with ease. As the trio approaches the treasure chest, "You shall not have it," a voice growls. Before the wary trio appear creatures the likes of which they've never seen. And fight. A young woman edges around the monster's bulk to stand before the treasure chest. There is treasure inside, no doubt about it, but it's locked tight. The woman slides the simple key into the lock. The chest clicks open. Inside is what appears for all the world to be an ordinary medicine bottle. At last, we've retrieved the royal treasure, the old man says. The woman and warrior exchange a nod. Their quest complete, the triumphant trio put the cave behind them. This is Castle Advent. Queen Nilla reigns over the kingdom from within its walls. In the crowded audience chamber jostle all manner of knights, adventurers, and bounty hunters. The white-robed adventurers stand close to the throne. A palace guard calls over the tumult, "Be silent. Her Royal Majesty graces us with her presence." The cacophony ceases the moment Queen Nilla enters the chamber. Seated upon the throne, the queen faces the crowd, her lips part. Thank you all for heeding my call to slay the dragon. Whatever it takes to defeat this reawakened evil, I ask that you do it. Whomsoever conquers this beast will be honored for ages to come and handsomely rewarded. At that, the gathered crowd cheers loud enough to shake the castle's very foundations. Leave the dragon to us, Your Majesty, say the white-robed adventurers, as if the beast's demise at their hands is assured. Indeed, you did well to reclaim the royal treasure, the queen replies. I thank you, for my stomach becomes most upset without it. So the treasure is a staple of the royal medicine cabinet. It puts my mind at ease to know the Ivory Order offers its aid in slaying the dragon. The trio, indeed, anyone would think this illustrious trio the heroes of our tale. But they'd be wrong. So we just gotta slay the dragon and we'll be drowning in gold. The man trails off, drooling over unknowable fantasies. Beside him, a strange creature lets out a chirping coo. Pay attention, because this is important. There he is, or there you are, I should say, the hero of our tale. A humble bounty hunter. You love little in this realm more than coin. A seemingly tedious fellow who doesn't hesitate to claim the title of hero for yourself. When you heard about the quest to slay the dragon, it was the promise of reward that lured you to the castle. Now then, if you wish to officially register for the hunt, see me so I can get your signature. You wonder why you need to sign anything, but head for the guard anyway. Shall we? We of the Ivory Order will be the ones to restore peace to the land, brags a white-robed man. My colleague made me come along, but he didn't mention we were going on a quest to slay the dragon, she says, trembling. The man takes one look at your companion and shrieks, "Monster!" You think the dragon's really as tough as they say? Asks the man, his knees knocking together. That reward for slaying the dragon is as good as mine, barks the man. You'll need tough gear if you're going to beat the dragon, the man tells you. Keep your ears perked. You never know what you might hear that'll lead you in the right direction, the man says. You think. If the heroes of the Ivory Order are hunting the dragon, he's as good as dead, says the man, relief spreading across his face. The Ivory Order trio stands before you. They seem not the most approachable of parties, but... You inquire about their identities. We are disciples of the Ivory Order. It is our duty to aid the realm and its people however we can. The Order's principal focus is developing medicine to distribute to people throughout the world. They begin blathering an answer to a question you didn't even ask. Sensing a long lecture ahead, you seize on the first chance to extricate yourself from their presence. Go talk to the guard on the left to sign your name on the register. You try to speak to Queen Nilla, but it figures a nobody bounty hunter can't just walk up to a queen and start chatting like they're best friends. Sign here, says the guard, handing you a pen and paper. You sign your name. After you've signed, the guard motions to the strange creature beside you. The monster, too. You sign your companion's name as well. Mar. Mar, though he can't speak the human tongue, he seems to understand it well enough. Thank you. Now we'll know what to have engraved on your tombstones. Can't ask the dead what name to mark their grave with, after all, the guard chortles. You want the reward as badly as you don't want to die. You figure you better make some strong friends. Offer to join forces with the Ivory Order trio? With no particular business, you take your leave. We select few are sufficient to defeat the dragon. We require no additional aid. And we certainly don't require the aid of a no-name wastrel. With that, the trio takes their leave of the castle. You've yet to find any help for your quest. Things don't look that reassuring as they are, but the decision is up to you. Asking Queen Nilla to join you is beyond preposterous. Better not even try. I'll let the Order handle this. Me, I'm heading home. Never know what you might hear that'll lead you in the right direction. The man wanders off some. You ask him to team up, but he refuses angrily. I ain't split. You weren't planning on sharing either, so you don't try to change his mind. Before you even open your mouth to ask him to team up, he cuts you off. Thanks, but no thanks. You'll need tough gear, the man says, wandering off. Let us depart. We have a realm to save. He grabs, and then the two disappear out of the audience chamber. No way am I adventuring with anyone who keeps that sort of creepy company, he says. The castle will close to visitors shortly. Please be on your way. You're shooed out of the castle. In the end, you set out, just the two of you, to hunt the dragon. How may I help you? The proprietress inquires. Will that be all? The proprietress asks. A weapons merchant accosts you in the street, despite your best efforts to mind your own business. He speaks to you in a voice barely above a whisper. You want the most. He conspicuously checks his surroundings before revealing this weapon of apparent renown to you. To hear him tell it, this is a legendary weapon, and one of its kind at that. It can be yours for 20,000 gold pieces, he says. You can smell the scam a mile away, and yet the aura of this weapon does have something of the legendary about it. You ask who in their right mind? Well, you know where to find me, if you change your mind, he says, tucking the weapon away. The old man kindly warned you of the dangerous monsters outside of town. You peek inside the carriage shop only to hear the owner call out that they're closed. Guess you won't be making use of them after all. The child says you should see Nexton as soon as you leave the castle town. The door is shut tight. You spy a keyhole on it, suggesting the existence of a corresponding key. Earlier, you saw the bit about the handsome reward for whoever slays the dragon, and hightailed it. A woman stares at the sign. Her face curls into a scowl as she notices. "Monster!" the woman cries, and flings magic at. Startled by the spell, Mar grows dizzy. You gather the dizzy Mar in your arms and glare at the woman. "This ain't a monster," you growl, as the woman snarls over you. "I hate monsters." The two of you bicker for quite a while. In the end, the woman admits she may have jumped to conclusions, but stubbornly refuses to apologize. Inwardly, you call her unsavory names as your attention shifts to a different topic of conversation. Turns out she really hates the dragon and would love to take him down with her own two hands. But she knows she's no match for him alone, so she's at a loss for what to do. When you tell her you're after the same thing, she squints down her nose at you. "Fine," she says. "I can help you." She's a little annoying, but you are looking for quest companions. "I only want to see the dragon dead. I don't care about anything else," she mutters. You overhear her remarks and grin without thinking. Then you don't care about getting a share of the reward. That suits you perfectly. You happily join forces with the black-clad woman. She introduces herself as Melanie. She tells you she is a witch, but says nothing of why she hates monsters or what grudge she bears against the dragon. "Welcome to Nexton," hails a man. You try asking the man if he knows anything about the dragon. The man's eyes widen. He leans close, cupping his hand to his mouth. "Welcome to Nexton," he whispers in your ear. The woman tells you she's so terrified of what might happen if the dragon attacks the town, she hasn't been able to eat. "How may I help you?" the proprietor inquires. "Will that be all?" the proprietor asks. The man helpfully advises you take the opportunity to purchase equipment and curatives while you are in town. A woman sits hunched over by the side of the road. Upon catching sight of you, she calls out for your aid. She's sprained her ankle and needs you to take her to the nearby apothecary. You try to lift the woman into your arms, but the weight's too much for you to bear. You lay the woman back down where you found her and mutter a quiet farewell before turning to leave. Upon seeing that, Melanie snaps. What kind of person are you? Ain't like it's my fault she's hurt. You whine like a child. Ignoring you, Melanie gingerly helps the woman up. Mar bends so the woman can get on his back, and the two of them head off in search of the apothecary. You watch them walk away for a moment before following, complaining to yourself about what a waste of time this is. You arrive at the apothecary. After taking a curative, the woman begins hopping up and down. Nothing holds a candle to Ivory Order medicine, she beams. She thanks you and pulls something from her breast pocket. You've helped someone. It might be a good idea to do that again, should you come across anyone else in need of assistance. The girl says if you follow this road northwest for a bit, you'll come to Thriston. How may I help you? The proprietress inquires. Will that be all? The proprietress asks. On your way to defeat the innkeeper gives you a room free of charge in a show of support for any and all who wish to defeat the dragon. The party leaves the inn feeling rested. Apparently a monster researcher lives in Thriston and might know something about the dragon. As your eyes roam everywhere but the path you walk, you barrel right into someone. When you turn to Winifred, are you all right? The sagely old man asks. I'm fine, the woman called Winifred replies. Berwin, the old man calls, turning to their stoic companion. He jerks forward, as if to defend Hedwyn and Winifred. The trio advances on you. How dare you treat disciples of the Ivory Order with such disrespect? They're the ones who ran into you. So if anything, they should be apologizing. "We were standing still," says Hedowin, his calm tone belying the anger on his face. Muttering a half-hearted apology, you try to keep walking. But that's when you notice something in your hand. Looks like you accidentally grabbed Winifred's coin purse when you ran into her. "Thief!" bellows Berwin, drawing his weapon. "Guess you've got to fight your way past." Don't hold back. Don't worry, coffin card is down, but they're still alive. The Ivory Order trio looks at you like they can't believe such a weakling would even try to hunt down the dragon. Taking pity on your ineptitude, the Ivory Order trio uses their magic to heal your wounds. "We mustn't tarry any longer. To the monster researcher of Thriston with us," Hedowin urges his companions, and the trio depart. Aimless wandering can be fun, but if you want purpose and direction, I'd suggest sticking to the path. Don't hold back. Lying in the grass, you find an old telescope. You figure a look at the path ahead can't hurt, and pick it up. All you know is there's something up ahead. You should be able to tell for certain what it is if you get closer. You leave the janky telescope where you found it, and make your way cautiously toward what you see. Yeah, looks like it was only an old woman. You try to say hello, but she wanders off without even registering your presence. You spot a loitering monster. These monsters are a common sight, but you've never seen one move quite like you can't not fight such a unique monster. Eagerly, you draw your blade. You did great. Congrats. A guard stops you, saying you aren't permitted to pass. Calling all heroes. Whomsoever slays the dragon shall be handsomely rewarded. Here to stay the night? The innkeeper asks the moment you set foot in the inn. Let's do this. It's pitch black inside the cave. Who knows what dangers lurk within? Maybe you should prepare first. Light can't reach the furthest depths of the cave. It may be impossible you don't have a torch, but you can always buy one at the item shop in Thriston. Taking no heed of any danger, you press on. The cave is dark and dangerous. Are you sure you want to keep going without a torch? Are you sure you want to keep going without a torch? Perhaps you should use... In the darkness, you hear the skittering sounds of movement. You strain to see, and make out the utter terror knocks you off your feet. You feel your consciousness slip away. When you come to, you find yourself outside the western cave. Seems like Melanie and Mar carried you here. If you're set on exploring the cave, they've got them at the item store in town and everything. kick a rock down the road. Cut it out, chides Melanie. She warns you your anger will only come back to bite you in the rear. You grumble, but your sulking is cut short. The rock you kicked must have hit it, because it is really mad. Brace yourself for battle. And fight. Drawing upon your courage, you toss the janky telescope aside. You charge ahead. Looks like a monster. The sight of you startles it away. And fight. You pick up a scrap of paper dropped by some manner of monster. It has a message. Clearly, whoever dropped this message did not want to forget where the stolen treasure is hidden. You stash the scrap of paper in your pack and resolve to keep an eye out for the treasure on your travels. A thick fog impedes your vision. You surmise this is in no small part why they call it the Bewildering Wood. Many a brave soul has set foot in this wood. They also tell of a certain tool one needs to get through this place. That was lucky. You did great. You journey onward. Only he proclaims him. There's no harm in trying it, he boldly claims. Well, you take the stranger at his word. You gradually begin to feel quite ill. The doctor should have led with that, you try to say, but it comes out sounding more like You come across two men sitting on a rock. They take no notice of you or the party. You listen in, and to do you lean in, trying to hear what else the thieves are talking about. I hid the goods. Head south just before the bridge. No, whatever ye do, don't go into the Bewildering Wood. It sounds like they've just told you where to find their stolen loot. You hastily grab a scrap of paper, write down what you've heard, and quietly sneak away. Something's catching the sunlight just so. You find a chest. Something about this feels familiar. Sure enough, this is the location those thieves met. Quite convinced you found their stash, you open the chest with a self-satisfied smirk on your face. Changed your mind, have you? Come to buy the legendary weapon after all? He whispers eagerly. maybe you should come back. The man says you'll need a toy, and he adds, it just so happens you can buy them at the item shop. You get the feel. The man scours an idea strikes you. Maybe getting rid of the toxins. You hand him an antidote and he chugs it down. As soon as he's overjoyed, from his breast pocket, the man pulls out something to give you in thanks. Cyprian Ombre. If anyone knows anything about the dragon, it's him. You ask Cypri if he knows any. He says he'll tell you. The monsters stole a precious. If you reclaim the treasure, Cypri promises to tell you. It seems the treasure-thieving monster makes its hideout in the western cave. That's where you'll want to head. Apparently, monsters have been mugging people along. The Ivory Order is searching for where they're stashing the stolen goods. The woman tells you a monster stole something very valuable from her. If only someone could get it back for me, she sighs. What did it steal, you ask? Medicine, says the woman, to give my skin a lustrous glow. The woman, who fashions herself a missionary of love, haughtily cries she's too beautiful and popular for her own good. This is the game parlor. Come play cards, the boy at reception calls. Good job. The boy praises you, proffering a gift in commemoration of your first win. It seems the sound of a flute could once often be heard coming from the doctor's house. His neighbors complained about the noise, though, and all has been quiet since. You light the torch. It'll be much easier to explore now with your surroundings better illuminated. Though the torch lights your immediate surroundings, you still cannot peer far into the distance. Nice work. Congrats. The ground tinkles beneath your feet, a bitter final missive from an adventurer done in by monsters, perhaps. Congrats. Good work. That was lucky. Congrats. fight. The door is shut tight. It seems some strange force keeps it barred. Upon closer examination of the door, you spot a cavity that looks like some sort of sphere should go there. You put the magic sphere into the cavity, and the door opens. Don't hold back. That was lucky. You did great. About the enemy. thoughts. A claret trail leads you deep. What horrors transpired here? Good work. That was lucky. Don't hold back. That was lucky. You press on, deeper into the cave. Light flow. Two mummified bodies lie close beside them. A message written in blood. You gently pry it free, bend a knee, and say a small prayer for the dearly departed. Let's do this. Fortune favors the bold. Make to open the chest, but an ominous the next instant, something leaps at you out from the darkness. monster defeated, you turn toward the treasure chest and see those Ivory Order jerks rooting through it. Sweet of you to take care of the monsters for us, Trills, tucking the spoils from the chest safely into a bag. The Ivory, knowing you couldn't stop them if you tried, you can do nothing but stand slack-jawed and watch them go. Nice of them to leave us the trash, you grumble and irritate. For some reason, Melanie picks up the ragged doll. Your shoulders slump. All that effort, and this, you find nothing else even close to treasure. Hope Cypri leave now would... You left the western cave.